Yeah, good day. So it's a video on how to install your text editor, which is a Python text editor, which is Jupyter Notebook, just to run our Python codes. So actually, we have a lot of text editor for Python. We have PyCharm, we have Jupyter Notebook. We also have normal Python IDEs. Then we could also run Jupyter Notebook on VS Code too. So, but what we're working with respect now, what we're working with now is on how to install Jupyter Notebook. So let's get started now. The first thing we have to do now go to go to our Python website, which is python.org. So then go there and download a Python exe extension file. So for your window, so you can download this. This is the latest one now. I already have one on my laptop. I already downloaded one, which is version 3.10, I guess 3.10. Yeah, this is the one I downloaded. So when you download it from there, I want to start with the installation now. So let's get started. So while installing, before you press install now, you needed to add two parts. But let's assume you did not check the box here, which is add Python 3.10 to parts. You can add to part 2 manually, but to save the stress, it's better you add from here. So let's install now. So let's wait for a few minutes for the installation to be done. Yeah, so it's done, and this installation has completed now. What we actually did here was to install Python extension. We downloaded it from the file, which is python.exe extension file from python.org. So you install that by adding to part while installing, as I've said earlier. So the installation has completed now. So we need to move to the next step, and we are done with this. So all we needed to do now is for us to use Jupyter Notebook, which is an interpreter we'll be working with to run Python. So we needed to have a pip file, which is a Python module. It's a package manager for Python packages or modules to install Jupyter Notebook. So for us to install Jupyter Notebook, we needed a pip, which is package manager for Python. So for us to install that now, just go to your browser, then scroll down. You can type pip install step, then it's going to show you. Just come down here straight away to packaging to this URL you see here, packaging.python.org. Click there. We are still on Python official website too. So that's where we will download the pip file. So when you scroll down now, let's scroll down. Yeah, so this is where we are going to download the pip file. So when we click the pip file here now, it's going to show this. So what we needed to do now is to save it. So for us to save this bunch of code here, which will be needed to run to install our Jupyter Notebook, so just right click here and then you press save as. So when you press save as now, it's going to bring you a pop-up for you to save, and the part you actually want is to save to. Let's assume I actually wanted it to save in my local disk C and inside my Python folder which inside my py folder which I created. So I will do that and I save it there. So it has saved now. We are done with that. We downloaded the pip file now. So all we needed to do now is to start the installation now. All we needed to do now is to go to that part. Go to your my computer, then local disk C, which is where we actually selected for the pip file to get to download to. So from there now, this is the pip file we downloaded just now. So from here, come here. When you come here, just type cmd like this. A command prompt will show up. So it's going to show up like this. This is a command prompt for you to write whatever code you needed to write. So what we'll be writing now, we'll be writing a command. Now this command will be needed for us to install the Jupyter Notebook interpreter we needed. So the first step is to install Python using that pip file we downloaded. First thing is to write this command. We write Python, then with the extension and with the file name that we just downloaded. If you notice, the file was named get pip.py. It's a Python extension name which is py. So that's the file name. So I'm trying to install Python from that file now. So when I press enter now, so the installation will start now. It's trying to install Python from this file we downloaded. As I've said earlier, pip is a package manager for Python modules or packages. So that's needed for once to install Jupyter Notebook without needing to install it with Anaconda, because for this to reduce the storage, like the size is going to take on our local storage, it's better to install Jupyter Notebook locally like this, so that it won't take much of your space of your laptop storage. It's better to install it only, not with Anaconda, which take a bunch of spaces on your laptop. So the installation has completed. Now you see it shows successfully installed pip. So pip has been installed now. You see it brought up a prompt afterward. So what we needed to do now is to install Jupyter Notebook from that pip that we just installed now. So what the command we have to press now is to type pip install space Jupyter Notebook, which is the ID notebook like this. This is the command. There must not be any changes in the character. Just press it at its ease here. Follow the step. This is the second step now. When we are on the command, when we are on the command prompt now, this is the second step. Firstly, we actually press Python get -pip.py. The next step is to install pip Jupyter Notebook from the pip we just installed now. So we'll press enter. So it's going to run for a few minutes, start the installation for a few minutes. So it's done now. So what we needed to do now is to, cause it already brought a new prompt. So what we needed to do now, since the installation has completed, we needed to, it might take a like few minutes depending on your laptop speed or RAM, depending on how your laptop can process the data faster or slower, depending on how your laptop processor actually works. So the next step now, since we are done with the second step, is to launch that Jupyter Notebook, since we've installed it with pip. So all we needed to do to launch that Jupyter Notebook now is to just press Jupyter Notebook. That's the syntax to run it, to launch Jupyter Notebook. So there to add a space, Jupyter Notebook in between. Then you press enter now. See, it's going to launch Jupyter Notebook. As I've said earlier, you see now, it show up. It's going to launch it on the web. Jupyter Notebook is a web-based interactive computing platform, or a text editor rather, for Python programming language. So that's a step to install it. So for you to get the part, maybe you actually wanted to create a folder, you haven't gotten a part for it also. So for you to get a folder, to create a folder, you can come here to this new button, to drop down. So you want to create a folder, a new folder which is being named untitled here. If I click on the folder has been selected now. For you to now create a Python file inside that folder, all we needed to do is to start that same new button with a drop down. Then you see Python 3 with this theme, this parenthesis, this text in parenthesis, IPY kernel. So you click it, is going to open a new page for you, which is where you can run multiple cells. This is one cell now. Let me just run a bit of print message. This is a message using the print function now. So let me just put hello guys. We are done with Jupyter Notebook installation. We are done with the installation. So if I run this now, see, it prints it out. That's how this Jupyter Notebook is. Not to compare to using normal Python IDE. So here you can run multiple. This is going to create another cell for you to write whatever another code you want to run on the cell. You can run code on different cells separately, not to compare to this normal Python IDE or command line. Let me show you. Type Python now. Python. You see, Python has its own IDE and the normal on the shell. So this is Python cell now. So it's quite different. You can only run here now. A particular command needs to be executed before you can do the other one. So, but on Jupyter Notebook, it's not like that. Jupyter Notebook is user friendly. It makes even you writing a code easier, make your coding career easier and stress free. So I think that will be the end of today's class. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any question, leave it down in the comment section, so I will attend to that. Feel free to do not hesitate to ask questions. So bye for now.